Sometimes when you need your ads to work better, you don't actually have to rewrite all of the ad copy. You just need to test some better hooks. What am I referring to by a hook? Well, if you can visualize an ad that has a graphic in it scrolling across to your Facebook or Instagram feed, I am referring to the 2 to 3 lines of text that shows up right above the picture of the ad. That is the hook. It's the top line of your ad copy. It's aimed at describing slash communicating the issue, the problem that somebody has, and the solution that your lead magnet can solve or the thing you're selling can solve, right? So I'm going to, in this episode, share with you just my thought process and some simple analysis that I did on some currently running ads in order to arrive at the decision to make 3 new hooks and how I picked those hooks, okay? This is for you if you're running ads right now and you've tried the basic things like switching up your audience targeting, going through my Olympic Gold testing framework, which is first testing various pieces of ad copy against each other to make sure you have the best converting ad copy. In round 2, you pair that with different visuals, different graphics, if you will, so that after round 2, you have 2 ads that are the one piece of ad copy paired with 2 different graphics that are converting the best for you. And then you go into round 3 and you take those best performing ads and start testing them with different headlines. By the way, headline is referring to that bold text at the bottom of an ad that shows up usually to the left of that call to action button. Could be learn more, could be sign up, could be download. Those are the popular ones that Jamie, my wife, and I like to use over here in our ads management business. By the way, if that Olympic Gold testing framework sounded like something you want to learn more about, I put it into a course, actually, a very simple, specific outcome focused course. So you can learn how to test your ads every time the exact way I do for my clients. And I even have added in some bonus lessons where you can effectively peer over my shoulders as I apply the same framework into some of my client accounts. It's normally $17. You can have it for $1 if you go down to the description below and get that. I think everyone deserves to cut their lead costs, in half, sometimes up to more than half, so you can get more leads while you spend less money. So that's the ad testing cheat code. Now, let's say you've tested the basics in your ads, but you still can't get the performance you want. This happens sometimes. And look at me. Right now, I'm wearing 2 hoodies because it is so cold. And sometimes things just don't go your way and you have to get to the next step and pull out the next solutions that could work. So I put on 2 hoodies, 2 sweatshirts right now to try to get warm enough, and I even have a mattress heater, like the flat mat that has like the electrical current running through it, makes your bed nice and toasty at night. It's just really cold down here in Mexico because our house doesn't really have insulation like they would in the States. It's just made out of brick and mortar. So here's what was going down, and here is what I did to get some new hooks. So I had noticed and already tested through in a client's account 3 pieces of ad copy and all of the graphics that we had already designed for that client. And I wasn't getting the results that I wanted to get just yet. So I looked at the winning piece of ad copy. There was a 1 that clearly outperformed the other 2. And then I also looked at the worst performing ad copy and thought, why don't I just take the best performing ad copy and rather than change all of it, I'll just change the hooks. So I went over to ChatGPT and I did some analysis. I dumped in the 3 versions of ad copy and said, hey, this is the winning one. These are the 2 losing ones. How about you look at it, analyze it, and tell me why my winning ad copy is winning and why the losing ones were losing. And in like 4 seconds flat, maybe 6 seconds, ChatGPT gave me some interesting insight that I did not notice. It said, when comparing the winning ad copy with the losing versions, ChatGPT thought that the main difference was that the winning ad copy used a direct quote in the first person up at the top of the ad for the hook, mirroring audiences' pain points. Okay. And that made that ad copy more relatable. Whereas the other 2 versions of ad copy actually put the blame, if you will, on the readers of the ad, as in, this is a challenge that you're experiencing. it's your fault because of this. And it's not like I write ads in a triggering way or in a negative light, but ChatGPT did notice that theme in the two losing versions of ad copy. And it said, whereas the first round, the first winning ad copy made was written in a more relatable way and it had a more empathetic and acknowledging approach, hence giving a more positive connection and encouraging audiences to take action. I thought, all right, ChatGPT, I'll take you at your word since you're super good at analysis, especially of written text. And so what I did was I took that winning piece of ad copy that started with a quote, and then I looked at that quote and realized, well, I have my customer, let's call it my client ads management onboarding form, where they have outlined some other pain points, that the lead magnet would solve. So I thought, why don't I come up with some other relatable quotes to start off the new versions of ad copy? And so I did. And now I have 3 new versions of ad copy to begin testing, and I'm letting you kind of behind the scenes of how my brain works so you can see what it's like in the middle of the testing process. Now, this may work, it might not work. That's the life of an ads manager. If you're going to run your ads and you're going to get to the point where your ads are working super well, you have to be willing to test 20 ads to find the 1 out of 20 that works super great. And if you test 50 different ads, for sure, one of those will outperform the other 49. And that's the name of the game. So I'm going to go and test this ad copy out. And hopefully it performs better. And hopefully I can see one of these new hooks in one of the new 3 versions of ad copy that performs the best. And then I'll go back and I'll iterate on some more graphics, some more visuals. Maybe I'll have my client record a talking head video where they speak to a pain point, providing a solution in the way they only can, educating the viewer around that solution. And this is how we do ads. If you want that help where you can learn, eyes on, if you will, me as I put the Olympic gold testing framework into practice, that link is in below. Again, it's normally like $17. I'm discounting it for you to $1. I am seeing some of the lowest cost per lead in my clients' accounts. I think it's the time of year. Yes, I'm doing my job as an ad manager, but they're just cost per lead is super low right now. Have you done the work so that your ads are up and running and taking advantage of this time right now? If not, I encourage you, do the work. Get your ads started. Let's go. Just like investing for retirement in the stock market. There are some times that are better than others. I believe you leave your money in there for long enough, and 8 out of 10 years, the stock market's going up. Therefore, if you conservatize, if you make your investments pretty conservative and you invest for the long term, then you'll see returns. It's like that with ads. There are times where if you weren't running your ads, you're just missing out. The best time to run your ads for your business, if you already had a profitable offer, was like yesterday, a month ago, 6 months ago. The second best time is right now. Don't leave money on the table. If your offer is already selling great, turn on the ads. Do the work so that you can get good ads running and then grow. Because guess what? You were blessed with a skill set and a passion to help other people with their problems that you can solve.